I love how he says I always say this, and I've never heard him say that before.
I just heard this. I just heard this.
Brittany, just keep calling him out because I freaking love it. What's up, guys? Hope everybody had a great Easter. I am looking forward to this interview today. They're the OGs of Vanderpump Rules. They're the parents of an incredibly cute little baby boy, Cruz. And they have a new podcast, When Reality Hits, right here on Podcast One. Ladies and gentlemen, I have today Jax and Brittany.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Hey,
Happy
what's up,
Easter.
guys?
Happy Easter.
Happy
Happy
Easter. How was your Easter?
We had Cruz's second birthday party on Saturday, so we were exhausted on Sunday.
Oh my gosh. You know, that's awesome. We're going to talk about his birthday because I think I saw pictures and cute little stuff about that too.
Oh,
So
I'm obsessed.
first of all, how is it just being parents? How old did he turn?
He'll be 2 on Wednesday. So
On Wednesday, okay.
It's his birthday. We just didn't want his birthday is right before Coachella, so it was either have it after his birthday on that Saturday or before, where it's not Coachella weekend 1. Because a lot of our friends still like to go to Coachella. Not us.
I was going to say, do you guys still go to Coachella? This is a
It
great
gives me the most anxiety. Oh my God. I couldn't handle that.
No.
Just the parking alone, I would lose my mind.
It's like a situation out there. I'm like,
That's
wow.
like Coachella's like our Disney and stuff now.
Yeah.
you know.
Disney. Yeah.
Just wait until you have more than one. And then it seems like a dream Coachella. Like you don't even know. You'll actually be paying somebody good money for you to go to it. And just give it like 5 more years. So I call it the baby years. You guys are like in the baby years where when they're little, right? And so everything is amazing. Everything they do is amazing. Every time they like move, you're like, oh my God, it's so cute. Everything's like out of this world. And then as you have another and they start to talk back to you.
Whoa, up the brakes.
Wait, are you only having one, Jack?
No, we're having more.
2.
I say
Tops?
2.
I say 3. So, I mean, I normally win.
God gave us 2 hands for 2 kids.
2 hands, 2 children. A lot of the guys I noticed only want to do like the boy and the girl thing. And the wives always want more.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see after the second. I mean, hopefully we get a second, but we'll see how we feel after that. I feel like
2 came fast. God, it came fast. I feel like we just had them. I feel like,
isn't it crazy?
I was like, oh yeah, I'll be definitely ready for another one by 2. It's like, it's already 2.
You have 3, right? 3 kids.
I have 3. Yes. And I had them every 2 years. I popped out another one, and it's crazy because I started Jax, how old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay, so we're the same age, right? And I started having kids at 25.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So talk about, it's like a really good example for the 2, right? Because it's like, I started having kids at 25 years old, but see, like I could have waited. I guess it's showing that there's like 2 ways to do it. Like you lived your life, right? You partied, you guys had fun. And because I was just talking to Andy Cohen about this, which is so funny because I was like, are you having FOMO? He's like, no, I've literally been everywhere. I've done everything. He's like, now I'm ready to just like chill,
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what I say when people ask me exactly that. I go, I've done it all. There's nothing I don't have that FOMO. I don't have any of that. I love staying home.
10 years older than me.
She's 10 years younger. Yeah. So,
but where I'm from, Kentucky, like I grew up thinking like I wanted to be like 23 when I started having kids. Like that, I was always like, I've always wanted kids. So I thought that was how my life was going to be. And little did I know my whole life was going to be a whirlwind that ended up on reality TV. But it just ended up being like the perfect timing for us, honestly, because we got married and then we were married for a year and then we got pregnant. Like it just worked out. It worked out great. Yeah.
So you're 10 years younger. I don't think I realized that you're 10 years younger. Okay.
Yeah. Like 9.5, but yeah, we say 10 because as soon as he turns 44 this summer, then we'll be at the 10 years. I'm 34.
Okay, good. So you're at a good baby making time anyway, though. Yeah. So you're doing good. You're doing good. But I'm saying it's just a different way of life. And I almost think, not that I have any regrets on anything I've done, but It's like I remember being 25 and 26 and having literally pushing my stroller at the mall was like my big day out. And I'm like, what bow am I going to put in Antonia's hair today? Meanwhile, all of my friends were still like at the club hanging out. And I was like, I'm married at home in a castle with a very strict Italian husband. I'm like, what's happening to me?
Hey, you live in a castle. We got married in a castle and that was awesome for us. So.
Yeah,
well, there you go. Well, I know that you just threw the cutest little party. It was Toy Story. Is he obsessed with Toy Story?
Yeah. It was To Infinity and Beyond. It was what the theme was. And I thought about it since like last year, but yeah, he loves Toy Story. He loves, Buzz and Woody, and he just will laugh at the TV screen whenever it's on. So I just thought it would be so adorable.
Yeah. We had amazing party planners who just went above and beyond.
Yeah. And he dressed up as Buzz Lightyear and I was Bo Peep. Like Jax was so embarrassed of me. He was like, why are you wearing a costume? I was like, because he's going to be embarrassed of me before I know it. So I'm going to be Bo Peep and you're going to get over it. He would only
wait, were you Buzz Lightyear? Were you Buzz?
I wore a Pizza Planet shirt. That was enough for me. I don't like dressing up. I don't like dressing up in anything ever. It's just not, I don't like it.
You're that guy.
Halloween. Yeah, it's so annoying. But Cruz was Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. And then all of his little friends came as like different characters, like Sheena Shay, her daughter was Jessie. Lala Kent's daughter was a little alien from Toy Story. Like it was.
Oh my God, little Ocean. Ocean is so cute. Oh my God. That's hysterical. You know what I noticed about you guys? So Sheena has Summer. Lala has Ocean. You guys have Cruz. I'm like, all of the Vanderpump Rules names are for like, we need to put on like it's like summer vibing, get on a yacht. You're cruising in the summer in the ocean.
That's right.
Like, I love it. I'm like, they're all just like very LA, like we just cruise summertime vibes.
Yeah. Like we didn't even realize that whenever we were all telling each other our names. We just, and then we have the babies and we're like, oh my gosh, taking a ocean cruise in the summer.
Right. Wait. Okay. So I'm not the only one who thought of this because when
people were commenting it under all of our photos. And then I think it started hitting us like maybe when we were like at the end of our pregnancies, we were like, oh my gosh, our names actually go together.
Oh, see, now I don't even feel special now. I thought I totally just came up with that on my own because I saw them written out here today. And I was like, wow, that is like everybody's ocean breezing over there. Like what's happening? Yeah. All right. See, I'm not even saying anything cute then. That sucks. Okay. I thought I had a thing there, but everybody realized it already.
It really is crazy though.
Oh my God. And I heard that because, I know there's a lot of drama going on and I know that you guys have spoke about the whole thing and I just can't really I've heard so much and I've heard it on every different aspect. And I'm sure are you guys so sick of speaking about this situation?
Yes.
Yeah. And by the time some of these things pick it up, it's like that game that kids used to play, telephone. By the time it gets back around and you're like, where are they getting these stories? Like, and these third and fourth and fifth publications pick them up. And by the time they get them, it's so left field. You're like, I don't even want to comment on this. This is ridiculous. Like it's gotten to the point now where it's like, okay, enough's enough.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're saying.
Anything away from Ariana. What she's going through is hard, but geez, it's like some of these stories now that people are just tearing off of now are just.
Well, what happens is the bloggers write a story off the story, right? That wrote off the real story. Yeah. And then by the time it goes down 3 things to the bloggers, you don't even know what you're reading anymore, or you're questioning yourself. Did I say that? I might've said that. I don't even know. Maybe I said that. Like,
yeah.
I do that with the haters as well, by the way. Like they say shit all day long and I'm like, I don't know. Did I do that? I might have did that. I don't know. Yeah. Like at this point.
There's so much fake stuff and like Reddit, especially like I can't even look at that. There's so much false information out there. And it's just like, where did this even come from? And then people will just like think that whatever is written on the internet is like the complete truth, even about us and stuff. And it's just like,
there's stuff that comes out about us all the time. We're like, what? We got divorced?
Yeah. What? We're posting that we're together all the time, but then, we're divorced and people are fighting with each other in the comment section saying, they're divorced. They forgot their ring this day. It's all an act. Like all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, it's just part of reality TV. I feel like it's
Bravo, especially Bravo.
Bravo. Yeah. It's got a certain fan type for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like for instance, like there was a question about, there was a possible brawl that was on the reunion And I didn't even think twice because I didn't really care. I was getting towards the end of this where I just don't care anymore. And then one of the guys on the cast said there was a brawl, and I just kind of said, oh, okay, walked away. Next thing you know, it said Jax says Tom and Tom got into a brawl. And I'm
you
like,
were
no,
like, no,
I
you
did not
didn't.
say that. They're friends. Why would I say that? If anything, it would have been James and Tom. Personally, that's what I would have thought. But yeah, no, it gets picked up, or like I said, or misconstrued it, or misconstrued. Is that a word? Misconstrued.
I always mess that one up too. So I'm gonna give you a
I have
pass
a
there.
whole thing of
Misconstrued.
Screwed. Yeah.
I don't know. Someone's got to Google that for us and let us know.
Yes.
But no, I know that she was, Ariana was at Cruz's birthday party.
Yes.
And how is she? How are her spirits? How is she doing?
She looks amazing. I feel like she's glowing. I know she's going through such a hard time, of course. And like, I can't imagine having to go through it so publicly, and it just like keeps dragging on. So I know that's got to be hard, but she just seems like, I'm sure she's in a better space now. A little bit of time has passed, and she honestly looks like she's glowing. I feel like she's probably going to lose like so much weight off of her shoulders after all this is done.
Oh my God, of course.
Happier. Like I've known Ariana for a long time. We've had our ups and downs, her and I personally.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you what, I've seen her about 3 or 4 times now since this whole mess, and she looks happier every time I see her. I mean, she looks the happiest I've ever seen. And I even told her brother was at my party. I go, your sister looks really, really good. She looks really happy. He's like, you have no idea. He's like, I feel like I have a new sister. He's like, oh,
she's so sweet.
Like, I even know her
I
brother.
feel like it's making her even stronger.
I think she was just a different person when she was with him. Like, she was just always so, I don't know. I personally just think she's a different person. She was just very stressed all the time. I don't think she kind of knew what was going on a lot of the times with Tom. And I think she's kind of, she
ain't gonna have to worry about that mess anymore.
I just feel like as each day goes by, because it was a whole decade of her life that she's just finding out more and more and more. Yeah, and she's at the point right now, she's like, I don't even care. So I feel like she maybe was dating somebody for a while that she didn't even know,
Right. It becomes, first of all, she's liberated, right? Let's say that.
Yeah.
She's liberated. And I think the relationship, from what I'm reading, obviously I have no connection, like as far besides like, hey, I did a couple appearances with Tom. We've done Mohegan Sun. We've done like appearances at Hard Rock. But besides for that, I don't know them personally. But I feel like from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing about what the relationship was, it was a relationship, but they weren't, I think that she probably wanted a lot more than whatever it was that he was giving her. That's a fact.
That's a fact. That's 100% fact.
He was just gone all the time. Like, he was somebody who would be out till like the middle of the night, and that had to just drive her absolutely insane. Him and Tom were always out at the bar, and that even came between Tom and Katie too. Like, just being gone and like focused on the bar so much, like that would be really hard.
They aren't, personally, in my opinion, are not relationship type guys. They're just not. They're really busy. They love the nightlife. They love the bar scene. They were in long relationships, but neither of them worked. So I just think the girls just wanted more out of them. I think the girls just were expecting a little more out of a marriage.
They deserved a lot more.
100%. And I think it was almost kind of like playing house. That's what I think it was. I think,
and I wonder that too.
Together, you're playing house. You should not. That's what I think. But it's my opinion. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I feel like
she didn't marry him. She was right on that one.
I wonder if it was the pressure of them being like, but the pressure of them like just being a known couple made them stay together, even though if they, right?
I know that Ariana did love him for sure, and I think that it was all. She kind of feels like very blindsided by all this. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. Yes, there's no excuse at all for any of it. But
so it's just hard.
Right. I'm sure, but she's definitely liberated. She's looking her best. She's living her best life right now.
Yeah.
You're hearing rumors about Dancing with the Stars.
I know. I heard that too. I don't know if it's true or not, but I hope it is.
I hope that's true. I have a feeling it's probably true. Usually when one thing about Dancing with the Stars, the second someone gets rumored, it's true. It's like it's a purposeful leak. It's so weird.
Well, I hope it happens for her because I think she would do awesome. She's already got killer abs. So I can't imagine after being on that. Everybody gets like in the best shape of their life on that show. So she's going to kill it if she is on there.
She is. Jax, would you ever do Dancing with the Stars if you were asked?
Yes.
Yeah.
You would have to.
I interviewed actually season 3.
Did you?
Yeah, so I went over to Disney and interviewed there. I don't know what the reason was or whatever, but it didn't happen. But yeah, I would do it for sure.
He dances the funniest like ways ever.
I just think it's a lot. I knew
you
I was
good though. You got rhythm.
I watched Lisa. I was with Lisa when she went through hers, and she went through like a grueling process. It's rigorous work. It's tough.
Oh yeah,
for
sure.
It's like you really need to. There's no faking that.
Yeah, you got to focus.
You got to focus. You got to do choreography. You got to really put the work in, the time in. And I know it took a lot out of her.
Do a little cha-cha or whatever.
I do it.
And you don't want to embarrass yourself either. You don't want to go out there and be that person. Like you have to work. You have to literally tell yourself, like, I'm not going to see my children. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to do anything but learn this dance for
my friend Jesse Metcalf did it. He told me it was like the most grueling process ever. He said it was crazy.
But I think
insanity.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There's nothing worse than going to the doctor's appointment, expecting to be the center of attention, and then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be. Instead of listening to you intently, asking you how you feel and helping you along, the doctor is checking the clock. On ZocDoc, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to you, and prioritize your care. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them and treat almost every condition under the sun. No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor that you haven't even met yet. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient reviewed and fits their needs and their schedule just right. Go to ZocDoc.com/Melissa and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/Melissa. ZocDoc.com/Melissa. Well, I wanted to ask you guys about this because I'm sure you saw Tom Schwartz. He went on Watch What Happens Live. I just have a question for you about him because you guys know him more than me because he's very charming.
One of my best friends. Yeah, I know. I think it's.
Let her ask the question.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off.
Well, good. I love that you have a lot to say about it, but like he does seem extremely charming. But like sometimes I see, like, do you think he like purposely plays the clueless card sometimes? Is that like a purposely, that was the vibe I was getting.
Yeah,
he does that stuff all the time. Like even if he's at our house, he does this thing where he picks up his phone and he like acts like somebody's on the phone. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense why he's even doing it. Yeah. Like he'll pick up the phone and be like,
it's a defense mechanism.
Hey, oh yeah. Hey. And like, just like out of nowhere. And
You're lying. You're lying.
He's trying to make a joke out of something.
Yeah.
It's
okay. He's not, he doesn't want you to think he's busy. He's doing a joke.
Yeah, but he does like stuff like that all the time. It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
I guess
that was a bad.
That was fun to talk on a podcast.
I'm
like hear stuff like that a lot. I'm trying to get at
what it is it's a defense mechanism. When he's uncomfortable 90% of his life. So he's always uncomfortable in situations like
a lot of anxiety.
Reality TV is probably the worst thing for him. It really is because he's always uncomfortable. You can tell when he does his mannerisms and he goes, does all this weird stuff. He's uncomfortable because it's not his thing. And like, I'm really shocked over the years. It's not gotten better, but he gets put in uncomfortable situations. He's a nice guy. That's who he is. He doesn't really have a mean bone in his body.
He doesn't like to fight or have confrontation. Yeah. I'm a lot like that too. So I get that kind of stuff. Like I don't like confrontation.
He doesn't want to choose sides. He doesn't want to pick, who's who. He doesn't want to do any of that. He just wants to enjoy
too much.
Yeah. He just wants everything to be rainbows and butterflies. And that's just not life. And that's not reality TV. So it's tough for him. And he literally, so the night before he was at my house before he left to Watch What Happens Live. And he's like, I got to get on a plane at 4 a.m. I'm going to New York. I go, okay, I'm going to tell you two things. Do not talk to TMZ in the freaking airport. You can say no comment. That's one. Number two, stop putting your hands in your mouth when you talk. The funny thing is I bought weights for my hands so I won't touch my face. Did you see that?
Unbelievable. You did that?
No, he did that. He told me, he's like, I bought weights for my hands so I wouldn't put my hands in my mouth. I go, I didn't think that was real. I go, that's not a real thing. He goes, no, I bought them on Amazon. Sure enough, I turn it on. He's got weights on his hands.
Wow.
It's a nervous twitch. Again, he's uncomfortable in the situation. He's got to pick between his best friend and his other really good friend. It's his business partner. It's his financial status. He doesn't want to pick. He knows what the right thing should have been. The right thing to do in that whole situation, no matter how you look at it on both sides, is Tom should have said, hey, listen, I'm going to tell Ariana, if you don't, you have 24 hours. That's the right thing to do. Did he want to do that? No, because that's his best friend. And it's also his business partner. What is he supposed to do? It's not his father. It's not his mother. It's his friend. Tom Sandoval should have known what to do. He should have never put in Schwartz in that position. Never. That's not fair to do to him. So that's where I stand with that. Schwartz is getting a lot of riffraff from people. It's not fair though, because he didn't do anything. What is he supposed to do? Like,
I agree with that. He's just being a friend. What do you do when you're told to hold a friend's secret? You hold their secrets. It's like he's not his father. I agree with you on that too. It's not fair to put it on him.
His brother, you can say, hey, listen, this is what I think you should do, and that's that. You're a grown man. You're going to make your own choices in life.
Right.
But I just think people need to kind of relax on Schwartz a little bit, because yes, he knew. You're never going to know the exact time he knew. You're going to hear 25 different other stories when he found out. It doesn't really matter. He knew, but it's not his job to tell Ariana. It's not. It was not his job.
I agree with you. And you know what? The way you explained his personality, not knowing him that well, again, I've done a couple like appearances with him as well, but I see him as that. Like, I don't want to call him insecure, but I want to say uncomfortable or maybe a little awkward in like in the kind of situation where everyone's watching him or paying attention to him. Yeah. And it's crazy that he landed on reality TV because
I still don't get it. If he's not shotgunning beers or getting drunk with people or watching sports or in Vegas, he's not happy, or playing poker. That's his thing. And if you get him out into anything else,
he's not into it. Right. No. I can see that. And you know what? He did have weights in his hands on Watch What Happens.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Tattooed on my arm.
Because
so
he would put his hands in his mouth so much. So.
But why does he do that? It's like a nervous anxiety.
Yeah. He can't help himself. And then he throws around. I don't know if you've seen the verbiage he used on that show. Every other word was like you had to check a thesaurus. Even Lo was like, "What are these words like that you're using?" He used the word linear and was like, "What?
Linear? Oh my God, I haven't heard that since 6th grade with the equation."
You're using the word linear in a sentence. I was like, I'm sitting, I'm like looking up. Like, what are these words coming from? So he's kind of using
like that a lot too, though.
He is. Yeah. And again, that's just who he is.
Is he like a college frat boy turned reality star?
Yeah.
That's what thank you.
He went to Florida State.
Yeah.
Okay. I got this now.
Yeah.
That's
Number
what
one
I
party
see.
school in the nation.
Of course that's exactly what I see. I see like a college boy turned reality star.
Not only that, when I went to Florida State, him and I did an appearance together in his hometown college, right? And all these people showed up that knew Tom that I've never met before, right? They all said the same thing. He was the guy that would show up in his underwear. He's the guy that would show up with a yellow hat on and duck slippers with a case of beer. That's who he is. That's always who he's going to be. He's the funny guy. He doesn't want confrontation and he doesn't like it. That's why I always think reality TV is the worst thing for you. Like, it's just puts you out of it.
But everybody can't just be mad at each other all
the
time.
I know
like
that.
I'm not like I don't like fighting and stuff either.
No,
that's why we balance each other out, because you bring all the drama and I try to like chill everybody out.
Right. Which is a perfect mix.
Yes.
But that's where the awkwardness comes in. They're not comfortable with it. So they bring in the awkwardness.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Well, speaking of Watch What Happens Live, you guys were just on after it's been a while, right? Since you guys were on Watch What Happens Live.
3 years probably.
How did that feel to come back and see Andy and be back on TV?
I got a little emotional actually back whenever we were behind the scenes and stuff, like backstage. I was like, wow, this is crazy, because that was such a big part of our lives.
Highest rated Watch What Happens Live episode this season.
You know who you had to beat out, right?
Do I have to beat you out?
I think if I'm being honest, somebody tweeted at me. Somebody finally just trumped Melissa's Watch What Happens Live, and it was you guys. Yes. So congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Well, we heard that you were going through a lot of crazy stuff right now too. So I understand.
Oh my God. You don't even know. Yeah, so much. You know what? I get so much shit for being normal. I know that if you think that's like, no, if you think I'm lying, I'm not lying. I get shit for being normal, if that
Oh,
makes any
goodness.
sense.
Well, I can only imagine like Housewives just as much drama as a Vanderpump. So
Oh
we
my
kind
God.
of get you have had to
Yes.
go through, and like just like being a parent on while you were on that show and going through that drama. Because we will be, if we come back on TV ever, like we'll be parents now. Before we didn't
Right.
have a kid, so
Right.
it's going to be a
Right.
whole different challenge for us. I feel like.
I mean, it's challenging now, even just the stuff we're getting back into now, like making sure we have babysitters here for this and that. It's like, what do we want to involve? That's probably a great question that I'd like to ask you, actually. What do you choose for them to be part of, and what do you not choose them to be a part of? Do you allow them to be in the limelight, or do you not? Like, what is okay and what's not okay? How do you juggle that? That's probably a really good question. I think people would want to know too,
Yeah.
that are in reality. How do you juggle the kids?
Yeah, that's all of my kids basically. So Antonia, my oldest, she was like 4 when we started, and my middle was 2, and Joey was pretty much born. He was 2 months old.
Wow.
So it was rough because with Housewives, it's not so much like you guys get to go to that restaurant. You get to be out of the house a lot. Housewives is a lot in the house, right?
Yeah.
Especially the Jersey. It's about your kids. It's about your family. It's about our in-laws. It's about everything. So our kids are just as known around here as we are. Like
So
they'll
they're on everything.
Yes, like sometimes they'll notice my kids in the mall before they notice me, and then they'll start looking for me. So it's crazy. And it's like with us, I didn't really have a choice. I had to make that choice as a parent, where I was like, if I'm going to do this, I have to know that my kids are going to be on TV right now. And I've been on TV for 13 years. So it's like their whole lives have been on TV. So
like they're like the little Kardashians.
It's seriously
on the TV.
But I can tell you this, and you can take this advice from me if you want. What you have them, and obviously your son is like too young right now, right, to have to deal with any of this, but what they participate in, and if they decide, I don't want to be part of this conversation and I don't want to be in the room, they never have to, right?
Okay.
So,
okay.
And that's my advice. I mean, you won't have to deal with any of that for, as of now.
Yeah.
But if
that's how older.
Yeah, that's always how I handled it. Like, and if it was a situation that I was like, you want to see my kids in everyday life with me in my house, fine. If it's about drama, they're walking out the room, because this is not what their life is about. I chose this life, not them.
I love that. That's
right.
exactly how that's really good advice.
Like, let me see you with your child, and let me see you go onto the playground. Let me see you making dinner for your kid.
Yes.
Let me see your family life.
Yes.
But when you're having a conversation about, the asshole who did something at the bar, the kids out of the room, not involved.
I agree. They don't need to hear that stuff.
Right. And that's how I have handled it for as long as I could. I mean, not every single time, because someone will roll the tape right now and find somewhere where my child was in the conversation.
Yeah.
But you'll never hear, they don't comment on things like that. They're not part of the conversation. So I feel like if you just show us you as a family with the kids on reality TV, it could be okay.
Yeah.
Keeping them out of
that worrying about like just using my kids against me or talking about my kids in a negative way, because I know one of these days it's going to happen. The trolls are going to use my kid or say something, and 9 times out of 10, Brittany's different. Nothing bothers me. I have thick skin. I'm like you. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. I don't care. But there's always that one thing that I'm going to see that's going to irk me or something like that, where they're going to use my kid against me or say something. And like, has that happened to you where like they use?
I feel like
it's a trigger, right? Like you went into mom mode. And you went into parent mode, and you're like, forget this. I'm a parent, and now you're using my kid. That's not okay. It's below the belt. The belt.
For sure.
It is below the belt, personally.
Oh, duh.
And you lose your shit.
Never do it, right? But they're going to.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't, because now they're becoming parents, right? Yeah. You guys are really talking like you're about to be back on reality TV. I mean. I'm just saying here, I don't know. All signs are leading to you're gearing up for it, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get in any kind of trouble. But like, all signs sound like you're having a lot of conversations over there. I mean, obviously, okay, I hear this. You guys are asking me for a lot of advice about kids on reality TV. I'm just going to say that right now. Second of all,
maybe this is for all the parents that it possibly could be having on TV or going.
You just want to help a friend out.
How about the random couple that's coming to LA that says maybe we want to get into reality?
Okay. Well, I don't believe that for a minute. On Display with Melissa Gorga is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Most of you listening right now are probably multitasking. Yep, while you're listening to me talk, you're probably also driving, cleaning, exercising, or maybe even just grocery shopping. But if you're not in some kind of moving vehicle, there's something else that you can be doing right now. Getting an auto quote from Progressive Insurance. It's easy and you could save money by doing it right from your phone. Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save nearly $700 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Discounts for having multiple vehicles on your policy, being a homeowner, and so much more. So just like your favorite podcast, Progressive will be with you 24/7, 365 days a year, so you're protected no matter what. Multitask right now. Quote your car insurance at progressive.com to join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings on $698 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2021 and May 2022. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
He's kind and he's funny and he's also mustachioed. He solves all your problems by the end of every episode. TV Dad. Everyone loves TV Dad. TV Dad. Unlike your real dad, he never hollers. And he tells you how Progressive can save you lots of dollars.
Listen to your TV Dad. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
I mean, listen, obviously, I think you guys are real. You really are. You speak your mind. Do you think Bravo's kicking themselves right now for not having you guys back on this last season? Because I feel like, especially you, Jax, we would have had some great confessionals from you. And do you think they're kicking themselves right now for not including you in this last season?
No comment on that. I'm going to leave a no comment on that.
Oh, because you want to get.
I was thinking, but he's like, yeah, probably.
I think they know what's going on, and I think they're fixing things.
I think that you having commentary on everything would be a gold mine for what,
I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
And that's with me. I'm not sure what you've watched or whatever, but I say what people are thinking. I'm like you. I'm no bullshit. This is what it is. You might not like what I have to say, but I'm going to say it.
Yes.
Okay?
But
that's why I feel like I should live in Jersey or New York. Like, that's why people in LA are like, I'm more of a Jersey, New York people. I'm like, you might not like me, Mom. I'm going to tell you how it is. And if you don't like me, well, tough. It is what it is. But I'm not gonna
honestly, you sound like your whole demeanor, everything. It's like you're from over here with us. You guys need to move, which, by the way, I heard that you might be thinking about moving. Is this true? Like you were contemplating?
We talk about it a lot.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but because I more want to move than anything. It's just, I grew up in the Midwest. I'm from Michigan. She's from Kentucky. I grew up a certain way. All of our family is in the Midwest. We have no family out here. We have a lot of friends, but we don't have any family. And he's got so many cousins. And
Kentucky's the South. Well, it's the top of the South.
I love the middle of America culture. I just love. Again,
do you really? You like that?
I'm that way, yeah. Especially
like family and like having like cul-de-sac where your kids can go and play outside with
chain
each other.
Restaurants.
Like we don't have that stuff here, really. I mean,
hello, you can do that in Jersey. Jax. First of all, sounds like he comes from Jersey. That's first of all.
I want the barbecue and the beers on Saturday with the dads sitting in the corner BSing about their wives and the wives BSing about their husbands.
Oh my God, you just need to move to New Jersey, guys. That's all you need.
I love that. I love it.
Hold on. My child is outside right now on his little motor scooter. And then all the parents, this is for you. I say you can join the Jersey Housewives. We would love to have you.
I would love to be a part of it because I tell you what, we live in the Valley in LA, and if my kid was able to ride his bike, I wouldn't trust him to go down the street. It's just a scary place. LA is a scary place. Especially when you have kids, you can't do anything. My kid's not going to, when he turns your son's age, he's not going to want his dad out there watching them. He's going to, I grew up in a time where my dad's like, come home when the street lights come on. Okay.
Me too. Same.
We're going down the street to Tony's for dinner. We'll be at Janet's for lunch, or we'll be at, that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
Now I need to call me 5 times. You need to call me 5 times before it's just a different world.
It is. I know. And I heard LA's like a little rough out there right now, right? Feeling scary.
Yeah.
A lot of people are trying to move out because it's just scary.
It is. And everyone's got the same idea. Now, by the time we do it, now that's good.
You better hurry up because there's going to be no houses left anywhere else.
I know. And more things keep coming our way every time I try to leave. And then
I think for me, that's just being closer to the family one day, especially when I have more kids, because I live so close with my family and I just love them so much. And he's close to my family, and Michigan isn't not that far away from Kentucky either. So just down the road, not like right now. I'm still enjoying the LA life.
I hear you. And it's so funny you say that, Jax. I remember being outside too and just sitting on the big electrical boxes with my friends all night long until you literally hear someone call your name and then you have to come in. But I sat on that big green electrical box all night long.
Me and the neighborhood kids would play spotlight together and everything, like with the flashlight spotlight tag with all the neighborhood kids.
Yes. Where's that light?
And no one had their door locked. Nobody had their door locked. You could walk into anybody's house. No problems. Obviously I feel like we grew up in the best time. We did. We grew up at the best time. We talk about it all the time. No social media. You saw people's bikes in the driveway. That's how you knew where they were.
Exactly. That's how you knew who was at whose house if you wanted to call somebody. I know. Yeah. I say it all the time. I get so mad when my kids don't go outside and play. I'm like, do you understand just sitting in the grass is an amazing thing? Just go.
Yes.
It's so much. I know. And again, we don't have that here in LA. I want to be able to go to the Midwest and be able to do that, And so, it's a topic of conversation. Yes.
For sure. And Brittany, I get what you're saying too, because the thing is you do want to be, especially the girls, you want to be around your family because you want to have someone, if you're home with the kids, you meet up for lunch, bring them over. It's just different when there's family nearby.
And instead of having to call a babysitter all the time, I could just Mom, do this. You don't.
Oh, well, that's the number one reason. That's the number one reason because you need to get your nails done. That's first of all.
Exactly.
Yes. And then you don't want to wait for Jax to come home because then he bitches by the time and then you just want to run out of the house. And I have a hair appointment. I have a nail appointment. I need my freaking toes done. My feet hurt. I got to go. And you're sick of talking about Toy Story and, the bubble guppies and all of these little baby shark, that guy too. Are you sick? Miss Rachel, you don't want to hear Miss Rachel one more second?
No, I feel like I'm married to her.
Miss Rachel is a freaking rock star. Why didn't I think of that? That's all I'm going to say.
I call her my second mom.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She is so good at teaching things and we don't try to do too much screen time, obviously, but she just is such a good teacher and he learned so much from her and I appreciate it.
I can't do what she does. I can't.
Nobody could. I watch her not through my kids, but my friends' kids, and I'm like, wow, this woman had a thing here. This is pretty good what she does. It's insane.
Brilliant.
Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about your new podcast. It's called When Reality Hits. Talk to me about it. What do you guys do? What do you talk about?
We talk about everything. And we also like to go back on old episodes and talk about, because before I was on the show, I never watched anything that Jax was on. So we're going to go back and watch some of those. We're going to talk about that. We talk about everything pretty much.
What's great about a podcast is you can clarify things on your own terms. Obviously, now I can go back and be like, no, I did not make my wife get fake boobs. No, I did not make my wife do this. No, I did not no, I did not mean this. No, this was edited. And no, this was said like this. People don't understand. The show is we filmed for especially the beginning, 26 episodes, right? So we filmed for hours and hours and hours.
That was 26 episodes. What we had at
the beginning. That's what I said. So in the beginning, we filmed tons and tons of footage, and then it's all crammed into 45 minutes, and they only show the clips of the highlights. So he's crazy. I'm like, no, I'm not crazy.
You are crazy.
You didn't get the whole. You just got the height of the argument.
Say this part, but I'm like, you still did these things. Huh? Doesn't change it.
But you didn't see why it started or why.
Wait, hold on. I say the same thing to Joe because they'll always flash back to a clip of him and I'm like, but Joe, he's like, why do they always do that? Why do they always? I'm like, because you gave it to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're gonna keep showing it. He's like, well, because they didn't show what that guy said to me to make me react like that.
Us guys, we don't start out like that. It takes a lot for me to get there. There was this, if you saw the whole transition until I got to that point, it's because you kept poking me. You poke the bear. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're not going to show all that. They only want to show what's going to be good for TV.
So they're like, Jax is always a hothead. Well, you only get the points where I'm a hothead. You don't see how it happened. Of course.
Right.
And, it takes a little bit more for men. You got to poke us a little bit more. But yeah.
Well, and once they characterize you as that, I feel like they start to look for, they want you to continue.
Yes.
So they'll look for that little moment, and that's all you'll get.
sure.
You won't get the sweet thing you said. You'll just get that.
Oh,
Right.
for
You know?
sure.
We
100%.
we talked about that on our podcast. What are some of the good things they cut out? Pretty much
Yeah.
everything nice that I did.
Ever.
Anything nice or anything that looked like, wow, he's a good person. We're gonna
Yeah.
cut that out.
Yeah,
Honestly, then it would be great if you guys came back, because maybe you can show the softer side of Jax.
maybe.
What
I
I'm
mean,
thinking.
it's in there somewhere. No, I'm just kidding.
It's there. I don't have a lot of, obviously now having kids, my triggers are different now. And like, there's a lot of things in life that I can't believe I cared about. Now having kids, as you know, nothing matters anymore except for my son. That's all that matters. So these little things here and there now, they don't trigger me as much.
But he still loves the drama more than anybody I've
I
ever met in
still
my
love
life.
the
So
drama.
don't
I
get
do.
it wrong here.
I do love it. As long
I
as
love
they're
how
not
she
talking
calls
about-
you out.
As long as they're not talking about me, I love it.
All right. You just want to comment on everybody else's drama.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the best way. That's always the best way, not to be so involved. Okay. So you guys are just going to talk to your celebrity friends? Are you going to bring people onto the podcast?
We're going to bring people on. We're going to have all kinds of different friends on, and it's just going to be great. We also like to talk about parenting. We like to talk about different things that happened.
I also want to, I'm a villain on TV. I am a villain. It is what it is. I want to bring other villains that would need to hear their story. Why are you a villain? What made you a villain? So I want to bring on other guys that are misunderstood.
Do you embrace your villainness?
To embrace your villainous. Why are you like you are? What happened? What happened along the way that made you a villain?
Right.
I think it's interesting. So,
I feel like you get that. You got the
lot more
bad
than
guy
just
rap, right? You got the bad guy rap a lot of the time. And it's like, I want to see the other side. As a viewer, I would like to see the other side. So I'm hoping you come back.
Life.
because I really do love being a dad. I really do. It's so much
He's a
fun.
good dad.
And I love just living I lost my father, so I try to recreate exactly the childhood that I had. I had an amazing childhood, got everything I wanted as a kid, and my dad worked his ass off to make sure I had everything. You know, we didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, but I saw what he gave us, and it was just amazing. So if I can give him exactly what he gave me, I'll be happy as can be. And his life was just surrounded with his kids. So that's all I want to do. I feel
and
like
that's what you'll be. That's
our legacy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's what you'll be.
Yeah.
And honestly, guys, there's nothing like it. I know you have the 2-year-old now, but there's nothing, the littlest thing to you will be like what used to trigger you crazy will trigger you that much less. Cause you're like, you know what, whatever. Let me go home to my happy house with my kids and it's just a different vibe. It's a total different way.
I heard this one thing the other day. Is like when your kids drive you crazy, there's going to be moments, obviously, when your kids you just want to wring their necks. Think about when you turn 80 and you're going to remember this moment. You're going to want to come back. So it'll just turn just like that. Think about it. We're going to be old one day and we're going to miss these moments as much as he drives us crazy, which we haven't had any of those
crazy ever.
We haven't had any of those points yet, but the parents just want to lose their mind. I always say, remember this, just remember this, because one day you are going to be 80 years old and you're going to look back and you're going to wish you were at this spot. So
I love how he says, I always say this, and I've never heard him say that before.
I just heard this. I just heard this.
Brittany, just keep calling him out because I freaking love it. But basically,
that's part of what we do. It's part of what we do.
I didn't say I always say this.
You guys sound like Joe and I. I bring Joe onto the podcast a lot, and he'll say something. I'm like, why are you lying? What are you saying? No, this is not how it goes.
We bicker like we've been married for 50 years, but it's part of what we do. So.
Right. It works. And people like to see that, the real part of marriage, which is that what it is.
Yes.
But it's true. It's hardly about protecting yourself anymore, right? It's more about protecting what matters to you most, which is your child.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that's what ends up happening. Well, listen, guys, I loved having you on today. You guys are so much fun. I wish you all the best with your family, and I cannot wait to see maybe more of you on reality TV sometime soon.
Yeah,
maybe.
Sounds like you needed a lot of advice though. So you just call me if you need any more advice.
I definitely will. I have a feeling we'll be seeing more of you.
No, but seriously, thank you so much for your time. You guys are awesome. And I've always supported you guys. I think you guys are an awesome couple. And Jax, I don't care what anybody says. I love to hear all your points. I think you make sense. And I like that you say it like it is. I really do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And Brittany's like the little sweetheart by your side, which I love.
I love
yes. Your pretty little sweetheart, which I love that too. So
we had a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you guys. This has been great.
Talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.
All month long on Pluto TV, stream the biggest Tyler Perry movies free. Watch your favorites like Medea's Witness Protection and Medea's Big Happy Family. Join Tyler Perry as he goes on a couples retreat with Sharon Leal in Why Did I Get Married? Or Idris Elba and Gabrielle Union in the Tyler Perry directed film Daddy's Little Girls. Plus, Pluto TV has hundreds of channels with thousands more movies and TV shows. Available on live and on demand. Download the free Pluto TV app on all your favorite devices and start streaming now. Pluto TV. Drop in, watch free.